right, good morning, good morning. Check, check, check. Good morning. Doing very well, thank you. Had a recording session today. Doing very well, thank you. Oh, my sound. Oh. All right, we'll get going in a minute. Good morning, good morning. We'll do some analysis and see what kind of opportunities we have today. All right. So let's get caught up. Today's election day, U.S., in the evening. Whatever that means. Checking news, though. Let's see. Not much besides that. Half hour we have, oh, that's a speech, Australia. Not too much going on, news-wise. This election is in the evening after market hours, basically, right? What else this week? Light news tomorrow. Inflation. Friday that's Thursday. Yeah, Thursday news. Otherwise pretty quiet. Okay. GDP Friday pound. All right, not a big news week. We got past the interest rate decision. That was a bit wild. Good to let that happen. Get past it. Yeah. What do we got? Just getting caught up in the last moves. This mouse is so loud. was a strong up move, which was supported by some volume at the beginning. It did not hit weakness. And we're starting to have a retracement. We broke through, break test, or further retracement. But the structure that's coming off Friday into Monday, higher highs, higher lows. Obviously, the momentum is up. And really have not seen much weakness at the higher prices. It's likely to continue that move. I'm glad we're getting a retracement. We don't have to deal with high prices. We may get a buy a little lower. But when you end the day accepting the highest prices of the day, you're extremely bullish. It's an obvious thing. Certainly not weakness coming in. So this down moves it could be an opportunity to buy in this basically markup phase into reaccumulation today if we see strength, right? It's not always fib, but it is often, right? Fib zone 5618, where we may see that. Volume will tell you when we get there. And look at that, we're already there. I'm drawing this off the last leg up. I might want to take it from there too. So what I do in that case, I could put both of them. The first one I would consider valid. If it wants to go lower or whatever, we have that. But these are the places where very typically, that's a nice lineup. The previous resistance turn support is 618. That is a key level there. That pops out as a potential buy. Sign of strength coming in. A few things overlap there. But if we have generally the US dollar trending down, driving things, retracement at the moment, then we have this analysis is going to be similar all around. At least the dollar pairs. We'll see what the yen is doing. So, if we're talking about, Wyckoff phases, we're looking at a markup going into reaccumulation, right? Looking for strength to buy. It often happens in a fib area. It doesn't have to be, but I have to say that because it's so often that it does that you might think, oh, we only trade off a fib, but it could be, situations where it's just maybe a higher up fake break accumulation range and continues without pulling back that far. There are other ways. Like, this guy might be going, if we have maybe a stronger yen, it might drive these down to support for a long entry instead. Let's see what the yens are doing. Looks like the yen is even stronger than the US dollar as far as pushing everything down. But the chart says the up moves are not over. As far as the bigger picture, it doesn't mean you can't scalp short or something, but as far as this trend, these uptrends are likely not over. This is not the end of the trend here. If we see strength reaccumulation, catch another leg up, or at least a double top, and weakness. We'll see what happens. The yens may set up and the dollar pairs don't, or whatever, so I just want to mark everything. But this is a very clean level. This is going to tell us, no matter what, some information. If we get there and we have high volume strength, it could be a long opportunity. It's just playing? Yeah, I was playing. Okay, at least there's something in the background. All right. That's really the focus right now since we're moving down to see if buyers show up at some of these key areas. Yeah. Little one more leg down on the 5-minute would be nice. We'll see if we can get there. That's really it. It's really straightforward. A lot of times this stuff does set up in U.S. sessions, so we'll see. But we happen to be coming into these areas that could give the opportunity. We'll see how it reacts. Now, if we pop up and we get weakness, I wouldn't mind shorting it, and then maybe it ends up down there for the long entry or not, depending on how it behaves. But either way it goes, we'll see. If it dips lower, it could be a long entry. If we don't see much strength and we end up bouncing and seeing weakness, then I would go with this little immediate downtrend that's going on. A bit of strength did show up in that last low. As far as increased volume, rejection, double bottom, potentially forming. Waiting for the buy. Yep, that is very simply the what to do today, because you have, it seems almost too easy, but you got to think of all these traders that are in long, and where's their stop loss? This is a spot where they could grab a lot more before the way up when they sell off to the smarty money into these areas. That would be being a step ahead. But if you bought yesterday late, or you bought today at any point, basically, you're not looking at a good position, and could very often, of course, go after those stop losses to grab more. So we'll see. Now, if we're moving down and we're just not seeing strength, I'm not against selling it, but I don't want to sell into this area for obvious reasons. This is where the buyers may show up. But if we move up, then I would consider that off and up move in weakness. That's it. See what develops. It's funny, Bitcoin made that run up, and so I searched Bitcoin on YouTube to see what everybody was saying, because I couldn't just imagine. It's time to buy, everybody. Yeah. Because Bitcoin went to 21.5 or something. Hey, here we go. Yeah. And all the videos come out about how it's going to 200K next year. Everybody's all confident again. And then it drops. And then it drops down to 19 again. 19.3. That's funny. That's funny. Saw that coming. Come on. I did not buy here. I could at least say that. Buy the breakout. Chasing Bitcoin. You want to buy off dips, though, right? And if we get another dip, we get another dip. There was a good one. Some of these down here with a lot of volume. Here. You see the buying in there, but it's not quite time to mark up. That is not a healthy way to trend, right? I mean, that alone. You see the reversal off of the volume? That is not a healthy way to get going on a trend. But we may actually bounce off of here, right? You see that volume coming in again? Seems to be some buying here. If this stabilizes, because we really just had this drop. This is general crypto analysis. They're all kind of doing this more or less. If it stabilizes, maybe gives a fake break, double bottom. It could be a bottom for a while in a buy opportunity. But that's back into the range where I've already bought, and I'm just kind of sitting on it waiting. But that was a nice little trap move for day traders on Bitcoin. People got all excited. So silly. So a little lower, and we may get the buy opportunity on a lot of these pairs. I'm not against selling on weakness on an up move, but I don't want to sell into this potential demand area, right? That yen is really going. Strong yen. What is that level? I had it marked for some reason. Looking at the yen pair is moving down. Wouldn't mind seeing, because this is some very strong yen. It's likely to get to support. A break test of the actual 618, which does happen because it is support. If it just runs off, it runs off. I wouldn't want to chase it, but we could get an up move in weakness leading to that. Yeah, it's just going right now, though. All right, plenty of time. For me, the one main trade, my main method today is to look for this. Obvious if you know how I trade. And if you trade similar, right, obviously especially the dollar pair is trending up nice. Look for the dip in strength. Meanwhile, whatever. There could be a scalp. Scalp down, maybe. I could look to trade my side account. Right, we're trying to grow that. See what we can do this week. That is a really key spot for the euro dollar. Because of that second fib, it's a 50 fib. It's also a 618 of that smaller fib. They overlap. And then you got the support, resistance. It's not a whole number, but it's going to be very telling. If we, the best thing to see is maybe the highest volume of the session, right? On a rejection, quick rejection, fast, would be the ideal. Or at least the highest volume since London Open, right? Rejecting here, then I'd look for the long entry. Easy stuff, perhaps, today, right, with that. I wasn't sure if I was going to stream, and I'm like, all right, this is boring. I need to stream. Helps pass the time. Take some trades on the side account if anything's there. See what we could do with that. The small account. AJ, new low ground for the day, right into fib. Not much buying. Those yens look still very weak. Strong yen pushing them down. I wouldn't mind getting short, even on a little scalp, but I just don't want to chase it. Maybe a break test. Trying to pull something out maybe while we wait for the buy to set up. If it even does, right? Not guaranteed. Welcome, welcome if you're new. We're looking for real-time setups, real-time analysis. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Hit the bell. My YouTube channel doesn't grow. It goes very, very slow. I don't know. That's all right. Testing the 14 EMA, euro dollar. This is our first piece of information about selling perhaps coming in again in this move. It's likely to stop here and see what it does. If it gets squashed on high volume, it's likely going for the low. Try to break the low. If there's not much selling, low volume, then we might go higher for the near future after that test there. 14 EMA test for sellers. Is anyone else doing it? No. Yeah, we're really not seeing much buying. This is a good area to tell us about buyers on this. The down moves on the yen pairs. Not hitting buyers still yet. So I would stay bearish. See if I can get a retracement short or something. But that's very telling. We don't have any volume spikes. It's generally going to increase there, but into 50 fib, a new low ground and low of the day. But especially the price rejection, but really no volume spikes too much there. So it's likely to continue down. Buyers may be down here. 618. See if I can find my way in a yen short. Without chasing it. Yeah, you see that yen strength pushing everything down. Yeah, maybe looking to short a little higher here on the euro dollar if it hits weakness. One more leg down, scalp it down, maybe buy it after. Likely not done with the down move for now. And then if we hit buyers lower, we could continue the trend. So we'll see here. Looking for a weakness. There was some buying, some strength, very limited. That's why I would stay in this direction until we get into that buy area, which I wouldn't want to be selling into. But if we're moving up, we could hit some weakness here again for one more leg. It's probably good to draw everything I'm talking about. Doesn't mean I'm trading every line here, but potentially. Potentially. All right. May get a short scalp in here if we see. It'd be nice to see some weakness. The higher we go, we really do want to see that. What's up? What's up? Welcome if you're new. We're doing live analysis. We're using basically volume, supply, demand, Wyckoff stuff. Trades that work off the background, scalps that can go either way. I was thinking about maybe doing this again on a regular basis for if people want to subscribe, like I had done for years, since I'm doing it anyway, right? Make it a regular thing. I can't even type. All right, potentially a short. I'd like to see this top off right. One second with the screen there. Yeah, there's a bit of selling. Might go for it off of that. See if we get below the 14 EMA. And that makes a nice pattern of a move up, the rejection, and the continuation down. Give it a second to see if it wants to do that. Would want to see the US dollar turning up. So ideally, this 5-minute candle closes below this 14 EMA, which is typically what I look for on a scalp of this kind. If we can't close back below that, I'm really not missing anything by not going short. If it goes higher, I'd really want to see weakness on higher volume. Well, chart says not yet. So yeah, that checkpoint, the chart has spoken. It said no short yet. Retracement of this down move might go a little further. So let's see where it wants to go. Maybe the very weak yen pairs, strong down move, will give a retracement then if we're pulling back everywhere a little further. Welcome, welcome. Yep, the chart has spoken, so do not short yet. But again, general analysis is background bullish, uptrend, markup, looking for strength, reaccumulation to buy into down moves today. Meanwhile, I can scalp in either direction. Maybe we're going to catch it on the way down. But chart says not right now. As far as buying right now, it's been trending down. We haven't seen that much strength. There's really no reason to go against that. It's probably not the low of the day there. Maybe another pop down. So nothing I can get into at the moment. Okay. Well, you could join the Discord. I'm not really into EA trading or looking at EA, but you could always share it. Yeah. Is it something you coded yourself? Oh, you mean EA the pair, not an EA. Yeah, I realized right before you typed it. I don't trade that. That's why. That's the last thing on my mind is a euro odd trade. I never look at that. But I guess you had a short and it worked, huh? Nice. Yeah, post a chart if you want to show the setup. Cool. Oh, no. No. Okay, cool. Good stuff. I don't even know what's going on between these two. It's been kind of flat the last couple of days as far as relative to each other. Let's see. You see that the sell activity that was bringing this down so far today is not coming in where it could have here. Okay, maybe here. Maybe it's starting to. Yeah, now it's coming in. Okay, there it goes. Euro dollar is not hitting the euro dollar. Okay, interesting. Maybe the pound. Maybe the euro's just a bit strong at the moment. That's the only one that didn't come down like that. Yeah, nothing's actually confirmed as short yet. Oh, that's actually just a MACD. It's just I messed with the settings. You can see the name of it there. CM MACD. Yeah. The general analysis of the dollar pairs is that it is bullish markup, looking for pullback and reaccumulations today. Which could be as easy as one more dip down here. But I'd be looking in this area to buy. If it doesn't get there and this, starts to mark up, there's other ways to get in. You can get on a pullback of the up move and stuff. This ideally is you see strength reaccumulation into here. That could be U.S. session, as things tend to go. But very bullish, weak U.S. dollar and extremely weak yen. I mean, strong yen. They're actually different right now. Strong yen. So that's a different situation on the yen pairs. Those are not hitting buyers, and for now, they're likely continuing down. CAD yen, another thing I don't trade. The yen is very strong. I don't even have to look at it. The CAD yen is going down unless something crazy is going on in Canada. So I would be looking to short anything versus the yen right now. Dollar and the yen are driving the market. So it's all going to be the same. Yeah. See if this guy closed below the 14. Is everybody looking like they're going to continue here for the time being? Let's see. Not so much. Pound a bit weaker at the moment. Yeah, there go the yens, which we kind of knew was not going to stop the down move, but I didn't want to chase it, see if I get a pullback entry, but no deal. Not yet, at least. Might see if the dollar, no, just not getting the strong U.S. dollar to give a short on the dollar pairs right now. This bounce would help. Yeah, again, we see it. It's just not wanting to come down. This pound wants to go up, doesn't it? These want to go a little higher, don't they? Should I take a scalp on this thing? How about a little GU scalp? I don't know how to trade on this thing on the computer. Where's my... Oh, gosh. Could try to catch another leg up on the pound. It looks like it wants to do that. basically because this is where we would have seen sell activity. And the volume stayed low, and it looks like we're going to actually try to do that. Could put a little something on that. Yeah, the buyers are not showing up. I mean, the sellers on the retracement. So it's just kind of path of least resistance right now for the dollar pairs to move up. And the background is bullish, but we still may go lower today before the ultimate move happens. But for now, yeah, the dollar can't do the bounce. Dollar is acting weak. That's likely to do a further retracement now. It doesn't have to be a... Well, actually, yeah, we're close. Let's see. I'm just listening to what the chart says. Nobody's selling into this trend at the moment. So it might hit that. If we get a close below 14, that changes things. Nobody could do that. Everybody's just taken off. Yeah. All right. Well, that was definitely saying don't sell, and it looks like we're short term might continue up. So looking like, yep, higher, higher, higher in the near future. Again, it was the pattern here where potentially there was the short and just the lack of sell activity in there. Said as far as a scalp situation, it's likely to continue up. And then this behavior of the coming back to test the 14 and rejecting like that. As far as a scalp in the near future. Of course, the pound is the one that's lagging behind. But these guys took off. But that was pretty clearly communicated. Yen pairs are in such a stronger downtrend, so I wouldn't want to be messing with buying that. See if that breaks support or not. A bit of activity, not much. Dollar index. Yeah, now we see a bit of sellers, of course. Yeah, only there. Yeah, these guys look like they still want to run up a little bit. Well, let's see how much weakness coming in. Not much at all. Okay. Here we did hit some. See what happens here. If this US dollar bounces off of this little support, there's not much activity, but then everybody's going to come down again. If we get below these 14 EMAs, I would look for a short. I'm from New York. Where are you from? It's been nice and warm here. Everything's kind of stalling. A bit of weakness showed up on the pound. These guys didn't. It's all about the US index, if it can break or bounce off of this for the near term here. Yeah, if this closes below 14, that helps the probability of it coming down. So that's something where maybe if it gets to that point and not being a long, yeah. Oh, Melbourne, cool. I don't have the New York accent. We need some pizza and hot dogs. Get a bagel over here. Like that or something? Toss salad. Yeah, dirty water hot dogs. The best. Well, euro dollar, Australian dollar, they look like they're just pausing the up move. They're going to continue. Pound had a little bit of volume, so if that comes down off of that, it may not actually. But yeah, this is going to drive things most likely. Whatever happens here, bounce or break. Yeah, I'm hungry now. Dirty water hot dogs. Pepperoni pizza. It's got to go up to hit weakness, to come down to hit strength, to buy. Buy for New York. That's if everything just wants to be perfect. Who knows? Right? Up move, weakness, drop down, hit the highest volume of the day, strength, off of these lower areas, buy there. Back to the top of the trend or more, which would be huge. But this thing's got to break support to move up. Most likely. Yeah, I don't like the way the pound's behaving. I put a little long position on that. But hit that volume and it is stopping the progress of the up move. Especially if we get a close below 14 EMA, that kind of says it might want to move down. That volume hit right after I got in. It didn't hit on the others. So, as far as scalps though, right, you're not going to regret small stop losses in the end. Or it could just go while I'm talking about it. But I have about a 10 pip stop on it. Alright, maybe we are going to catch the scalp. Can move my stop to break even. I did take it on the side account. It's a whole $10. All right, let's see if at least we get to 50 fib. That's another 8 pips. Oh, there it goes. Well, as far as a scalp, it's up 12 pips. Almost 2%. So I can close half. Still creeping up. All right, I closed half. Closed half the trade. Stop or break even. All right, there you go. A little scalp action. Bam. So that first, it was like, what, 12, 13 pips when I closed the first half of it. But my stop was going to be, right, closing below the 14 EMA. I was going to look to get out. That's, what, 5 pips or something, right? So, small stops, small targets. But this might hit weakness here and then come back down. Remember, that was kind of the plan. Ooh, look at that volume. Yeah, this could come down at any point. Obviously, my stop is at break even. I could even put it up to 83. Lock in like 6 pips on the scalp. Yeah, I did that. All right, so I moved the stop to 83. That's a lot of volume. That's why. That could easily come down and you say, okay, that the chart warned. And we have this marked already, right? To show sell activity, and there it is. So, you know, like I said, it's a scalp. Getting there was one thing. Getting past that, maybe not, right? It was the move up to see weakness, to come down to to see strength, to buy. So that was really the target on the scalp. Let's see what it does from here. Could just kind of trail it. But that could easily come down. And we'll see. Is that a hymn? What was it? Did I say something that rhymed? Poet didn't know it? All right, we're up almost 2% today on the little account here. I think we need to up the risk. Get this thing moving. Oh, the background music. Yeah, I forgot it's on. What did you just hear? Last word. It's this guy. I recorded this music a long time ago. But I'm playing it because I know I'm not going to get a copyright strike. So I'm like, what can I play that's not, you know? But, oh, cool. Glad you like it. You could check this guy out. He's got 15 songs online, original songs. Yeah, certainly hitting sellers. Certainly hitting sellers. As far as a scalp long, what's the responsible thing to do here? You know, it's a small account, but to do what It's kind of unrealistic to hold even onto half of it when all this volume's coming in a predetermined sell area. It could really just drop. I could always close a bit more, just based on what I'm seeing, right? If that weakness wasn't there, they're saying, you know, very high probability to go to 618. So 18 pips, I closed a little bit more. Cool. Yeah, there's all kinds of, there's mellow songs, and then there's like high energy stuff too. Like this one, For the Sake of Our Children, number 11. Oh, there's an ad. Okay, I'll just go to that.
What do you want? Want a job that
This one's high energy. I don't know if you want that right now. Maybe you like the chill vibe. All right, I locked in 9 pips on the scalp with the remaining piece. Up almost 2% on that scalp. About $20 on a $2,000 account. Oh, that's 1%. Sorry. Why am I thinking 2? 1%. Right. All right. We're 1 for 1. That was a interesting trade, right? Interesting scalp. It's not exactly yeah, it could be over now. Maybe I'm shorting. You know what? I'm probably just going to close it. I closed most of it. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I mentioned all the reasons in real time why I went long. But if you notice the behavior of these retracements, and typically the 14 EMA, and once you retrace to it, in this case we're going a little further today, but the moving average retracements. And then, right, initially we were looking for, I did unmute my mic, right? Initially we were looking for the next leg down, maybe to the buy area. And if you notice the particular behavior, the 14 EMA is there for a reason. How it rejected and actually became a higher high, higher low situation, right? Which had a bit of strength, not much, but really low volume here. And what is this representing? The selling, this next move, the selling into the up move. You see how the selling didn't take place, really low volume. And then to do this, it says, right, and so if you look at this buying, right, you look at the lack of selling, and then you look at the behavior off the 14 EMA, right, what does it say? It's going to FIP, right? So that's the scalp. And we already knew when it got there that it was likely going to hit weakness and maybe come down, which could be a short. So it's not like a textbook. Normally in this situation, when I say textbook scalp, it's to short, right? But you see the logic behind that. Once you kind of just know how to read a chart and looking at what the US dollar index was doing, right? Whatever other reasons I may have mentioned at the time I got in. Do I ever go to California? I was there once, not regularly. Part owner of 3 steakhouses. Nice. I am no vegan. Don't worry about that. Dinner on me, and you party when you go. Oh, Barton will give you the VIP treatment. Oh, come on. Well, that's awesome, though. Love a good steak. Sounds good. I feel like I eat too much red meat, but like, I'm just going with it. Oh well. What do doctors know? I'm good. So it's like managing the trade in this way, you know, even though it's a small account, I'm trying to do it right. It makes sense to have a small piece left on this trade only, right? Because we saw weakness. We know that it may come down from here. But it's not like dropping, and maybe it's going to try, you know, maybe you get a little 618 chance to close it for a little more. But if not, the trailing 9 pip stop gets hit right here anyway. Now for the sell, if that sets up, I wouldn't mind seeing the up move to 618 and the fake breakout and weakness. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But those make for better probability setups when you have the double top, double bottom, weakness, whatever you want to call these things, up thrusts, springs. Stop hunts, fake breaks, false breaks. Mark, what's up? Yeah, I took a little long position on the pound dollar. But it's hitting weakness, so I might... Did it kick me out yet? No. Stop should be at 9 pips. I don't know. 82, yeah. Oh, 83 is stop. Okay. Yeah, it could be a short off of that. I would like to see more weakness, but it's there. Highest volume since the London Open stuff. On the pound. Yeah, I mean, we all see it. It's not overwhelming weakness by any means, right? It's a bit. So what do you do in this situation? Get out of that. Okay, done deal. And see what it wants to do. We'll test for buyers. We'll see the buy situation, demand. But yeah, it's not quite right to go short. We'd want to see more weakness. The background is generally bullish. That's more likely to play out later in the day. But whatever it wants to do. Maybe we continue up and we're not seeing weakness. But if we do, I'd look to short. It's a wait and see for the moment, right? At least we got something to start it off. That thing was up about 20 pips or whatever. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a weak U.S. dollar. Maybe play out U.S. session today. Yep. Yeah, so it's a wait and see. Basically, the plan is if we move up in the near future here now, I could short off weakness. Since that started to come in already, it could likely form a top, double top, fake break. That's one move we could do. If we continue to move up and we do not see weakness, right? There's only so many options. So if we do, it could be a short. If we move up and we do not see weakness coming in, this stuff does not appear, right, into here, then I would be looking to go long. I could long scalp, right? If the supply-demand balance kind of shifts in that direction. Kind of like what we did here, where things flipped a little bit short term. Up move, no weakness, and then looking to go for the next leg up, right? So there's that option, right? It's one or the other if we move up. If we come down off of this, then we'll find out about buyers, and it's not the greatest short because there really wasn't that much weakness. The pound looks better than the others, obviously, with that weakness there. As far as showing no demand here and just going is totally possible. Trying to see what does it want to test. Obviously the 14 EMA, but I guess you have sort of a deal here. But if we see low volume here leading to the drop, right, it's likely not going for that second high and come down from there. It would be nice if they were correlating. It's not happening. You see this guy's going up. Dollar index hanging around support. I would want that to be moving up if I'm selling here, ideally. Looks like the pound, the London 1 hour into the session trade. Is giving a short, actually. Oh, what do you know? Right? Here's the levels from London Open. High to low, first hour. And now we have the fake break on high volume. Yeah, pretty high. Highest volume since the open. That would be a short based on that method. So that just confirmed on that close, technically. Now I was talking about seeing if there's a no demand test here. Be a little less aggressive, maybe. Okay, if this comes up, yeah, that will help. All the dollar pairs look like they want to move down now. I could even put like a half position, and then if we pop up, I could add to it maybe. But the London 1 hour trade is set up for a short here. I can put on a trade in the side account here. Go in small and then add to it. Yeah, why not? Why not? Let's trade this account. Yeah, put something on there and GU short. I went small. If it doesn't want to pop up and double top, I can hang on to it and add to it or not. Put a stop loss in there. What? 15 pip stop. That's as big as I'll need. Okay. It's a little aggressive, but it's the 1 hour trade, right? The London hour trade, whatever we're calling it, confirming the short. You see the weakness. Obviously not much demand going on here. Doesn't look like we're popping up. Let's see. Lower volume the better. Oh, okay. Nice and low. Yeah, it should move down. Should be able to get through there. It kind of stopped and tests for the moment. No demand. But again, if it wants to do the double top thingy, I got my stop out of the way. It could do that. But it's a little aggressive because not waiting for the 14 EMA. Close below. It's the London 1 hour trade. See what happens with that. I put a small position. Oh, my mic was muted. What I was saying was the long scalp was 19 something, right? Rounded off to $20, 1%. The first trade, the GU long. This trade is risking less than half of that. So if it's a loss, the account's up slightly for the day so far. If it's one win, one loss here. And that's giving it room on the stop and being able to add to it. Which I kind of, there's a good chance it's going to do that. If it doesn't do it, fine. But that's why I wanted to get my stop loss. If you know how I trade too, right? And that's a 618 and the 618 overshoot. And I'd stay in that. And even be able to add to it if it's set up with weakness, fake break. And put on a bigger position. With even, small stop compared to, because once it breaks through here, then I would just want to be out. So that's a really small stop to be able to add to it. But it could obviously just go. And the London hour trade confirmed, and there's not much demand, right? I was saying low volume here, says it's likely to continue. There it goes. So at least I got something in it, right? That's my logic there. Scalp it up, scalp it down, scalp it up again, right? Maybe. Well, this isn't the scalp. This is trading with the background. If we get the long entry down low, maybe U.S. session. All right, we're catching the retracement, or whatever you want to call it. Up 8 pips. No, where am I? 7 pips. Okay. Well, yeah. My stop loss was what? 12 pips, 13 pips. Almost at 1-to-1, just like that. A whole $3, full $4. Yeah. Yeah. Proper risk. What am I going to do? Set a bad example? It's all about percentage, right? Maybe up 2% already after this trade. Who knows? Small risk on this thing. It's counter background too, right? Background is bullish. I'm shorting. What if this really plays out as a proper fake break that wants to do another move off of that? Then they're all coming down. What do we got here? Doesn't have to go in a straight line. Best thing to see is not strength coming in, which we didn't see here. There's our weakness right into our predetermined zone, right? Basically no demand showing here. Chart says it wants to go down. 30 pips to support. That would be like 1.5% profit. Chart says it wants to go down. Do this leg down. This is our automatic support. First level of support after weakness. So break test continuation. Common pattern here. If it doesn't do the break test, now it's doing the test. If it doesn't do the continuation and it comes back, I could always close it. Down, 3 pips or whatever. From a scalp point of view. Options. But here, let's see if it does the break test nice and clean off of that. Break test continuation. That's very clean. Stay clean. Chart hasn't lied today so far. See if we stay below that support or not.
What do you want? Want a job that I don't hate. Want to do something that matters.
Right? Looks like it wants to behave, right? Is everybody doing it? Not really. Nice pickings on the pound today. Let's see. $16 pips. You got in 10 pips earlier than me. There, basically. I do want to see it stay below the automatic support. Yeah, if it goes up, I could close a portion. Because again, this double top fake break thing could be coming. Do I want to sit through that and hope that it happens? This guy needs to move up. What am I down? Pip and a half. Yeah, I'll give it a little chance to hopefully reject. Yeah, or maybe not. Didn't want to follow through on the break test. Really looked like it did for a second. See where the 5-minute closes. I could always trim down the trade. Again, it's tiny, but this is just an oops. Just trying to set an example. It's really based on percentage, and risk, and steady growth. And when things start to veer off, you know, and I'm down 3 pips, there's no issue with closing some of it, you know. Give it a little chance. Yeah. If it hits weakness and rejects, I could always add to the trade again. Especially higher up, that would be a good plan. But for now, I haven't closed. I was going to close half. I mean, it's tiny anyway, but just to kind of do it correctly as an example, what I would do. Let's see, probably right here then. 83. 5-minute close. Let's see. Yeah, it's up there. I'm just kind of going back and forth. Because if this goes up a little further, I could close it. I could close half. I could do nothing and leave the stop up there and add to it if there's weakness or not. But I guess if it's just sitting here, then whatever. New situation. Elections later today. Today, U.S. Light news this week, right? This CPI something light. Nothing tomorrow. Very light. CPI U.S. Thursday. Pound GDP Friday. Consumer sentiment. Nice healthy week. Not too much news. Not too little. Yes, yes. So sitting on this small position on the GU short right now. Inside of 15 minute, no supply. Some selling coming to 5-minute volume. Well, to follow it, we have the weakness confirmed. Fake break confirmed. Here's testing for buyers. And the low volume here is good. That suggests we're going to continue down. This has to be considered no demand here. If it goes any higher, then I'd want to see high volume weakness. But this is lack of demand here in the test. Once we get into this area, that's where you want to see high volume. This might just fall over here. That's the way I'm reading it. Like all this low volume is good here. This stuff. But if sellers want to build up positions higher, they think they could get it, and it kind of floats on up, then so be it. Because with that selling there, they're likely going to show up again or higher, possibly even more so. But it's looking weak. It's just kind of a question of when. Short term, background is bullish, but we're not seeing the strength or any of that stuff play out right now. Typically, it's U.S. session, right? Whoa. All right, maybe he wants to do it now. I was going to consider closing some of it if it moved up any further, but I didn't. Still the same initial position. It's really small, though. Am I being a wuss? I guess I know it might double top fake break. Much different? That's surprising if your volume is much different from mine. Slight differences, yeah. Let me look at, that's FXCM. Let's look at Wanda right here. There's the weakness. Is that as high as the other? But this is all generally lower volume. Similar. What time was that? 5:26. Either way, though, I think it's generally saying the same thing. That's the 1 minute. But yeah, the weakness, the no demand, which now just confirmed, really. I could add a little more to this trade. I mean, come on. Let's see what happens off of that volume. Does it want to go? Yeah, I really don't want to add low, but I'm going to add a little to it. I started off small. So I added a little bit to it, but it's still very small risk. Well, now he wants to pop up. Kind of getting stuck sideways. Didn't get an answer here for a little while. What's the dollar index doing? Taking a break, huh? Yeah. But that's what's on at the moment there.
videos ad-free and watch uninterrupted. Try YouTube Premium on us.
I've got no words to tell you. I wish my honesty would always seem true. Please don't leave me, 'cause I'm not sure of all the feelings that I hide behind closed doors. It's time to move on with our lives. Give me something special and I promise you I'll try. Oh, an empty space where you and I can't sleep, with the lights on so I won't fear. Do you see kindness in this man before you? Never meant to hurt you, baby, that's true. Where are you going? That's not where you'll find some peace. It's not that simple when you're still feeling love for me. It's time to move on.
So yeah, things were kind of moving around nicely, getting to the point, and now we're just going sideways. Taking a little break. Dollar index, he went sideways. So nothing really went wrong with the trade. It's just, you know, our waves were going nice for a while, and we're just a bit sideways. But we don't have any bad information. It's likely to try to break this low. If not, I could close it. Really small limit to the loss. Let's see if we can move soon. Market took a little nap. Wake up.
Half of the time, they don't know who we are. They hold on to the things of which they've worked so hard, still refusing to live by what they call fantasy. But I'll tell them without you there would be no harmony. When I see the morning star shine like your name, who's to blame? The only thing I wish then is to feel you. You're the brightest star that lights us every day. I will lay me down within the present part of you. If ever I fear, you'll always be my comfort. Your light will dry my tears, your love fulfills my days. Nothing can destroy the strength that lives inside me. So I'll give back to the one who showed me the face of glory. When I see the morning star shine like your name, who's to blame? The only thing I wish then is to feel you.
1 second, the screen will go black there. right, are we going to get going on this? It's looking good on the no demand. I added a little bit to it. All right, so as far as watching this thing and just also just understanding the behavior, this being the automatic support, we don't want to see strength here, or else we might get stuck. We have a little bit of buying that showed up. If there's some buying here, it's likely to bounce again unless sellers want to just plow through, which is usually not what happens. Usually you're going to get low volume leading to the break. That's not terrible. They're plowing. Okay. Let's see. All right, almost up 10 pips. Now 30 pips back to the low of the day. Not bad. I think we can get that. See how it deals with the fib 618. I mean, I say 30 pips, but this is scalping. This is counter background. I'm looking to buy today for maybe around US session on this dip, if it happens. So I could always close some prior to that and just see if I let it run. This is the 618 overshoot where it could likely get a bounce here, so I might look to close some. 13 pips. Let's see. Likely going to get a little bounce. Yeah, look at that volume. I'd be doing exactly the same thing no matter the size of the account. That is what is being shown. So I opened my window to close half because we're at 618 where it can create a bounce and we're seeing some volume. But the reaction to that is lower for the moment. It's 618 overshoot. Like this is where likely it's going to run into some buyers. So I'm being very watchful. What days do I go live? Usually it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Usually. Next week I might be a little busy, but I will try to make it. So yeah, this is like where the buyers could just show up at any point and pop it up. I don't see them. Have not closed any yet. Let's go 20 pips. Let's go 25. Not a bad trade. All right, so I'm closing half here. Whatever, 20 something pips, 20 pips. Closed half the trade. Stop at break even. Closed half the GU short, around 20 pips. Stop at break even. I would have been happy just getting to this like later on, and then we got 6 pips away. Back to the low of the day. Nice one. So I closed half. See what happens from here. There's a lot of volume coming in, but if the reaction is lower prices, then so be it. If the volume's really stopping the progress, it might bounce. As long as that dollar index keeps going, should be all right. That's a lot of volume coming in. And it's not continuing. I could close a little more. Yeah. I mean, that's really the thing to do with all that volume. And you're looking at 20 pips on a scalp. Close most of it. All right, I did that. I just have a little bit left. What is it? 1/3 of the position when it would is closed, is left open. 2/3 closed. Okay. Stop at whatever. I guess break even right now. Yep. So it's like 18 pips from the break even. Plenty of room. 2/3 of it closed. And that's how you do it. Nice moves on the pound today. Caught the up move, caught the down move. And now, again, right, one more up move. Like I said, on a perfect day, if today wants to be perfect, and so far it's doing it, right? The buy, get into the buy here, did that. This area predetermined for the sell, did that. And then the next thing is looking to buy low. See if that happens. And the buy low is not a scalp, it's my main method, which is a much bigger target and risk reward, and you could draw a fib in here and manage it. But the main target on this long would be, if it sets up today, would be back to the high by the end of today. Would be nice. Or continue. 3 pushes up might be the deal. So we're 2 of the projections have occurred. Let's see if we get the last one. Well, a little lower, and the second one has played out. It could be a fake break. It doesn't have to go to fib. At least, and see a lot of demand maybe there for a buy. See where, when, if, right, the large demand shows up. There's already some into this down move. So yeah, welcome if you're new. I'm usually here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm going to miss a day here and there just because I do other stuff sometimes. Maybe at some point, maybe in January, I'll go back to like doing this as a, paid subscription. If people are into that, then I'll commit to being here, obviously, and putting time into it. It's an idea. I'm doing it anyway, It's free for now. All right, so close most of this. That's where I want to be, right? The strength showed up. We know it's bullish in the background. It could run up anytime it wants. So to have 2/3 of the trade closed and stop at break even, at least, if not lock in a trail, maybe. That's the place to be right now. What pairs do I trade? It's mainly these 6 here. So I don't trade. These are really to look at to see what's going on between the dollar and the yen. Occasionally I'll trade them, but really not. The reason why is because the kind of moves that are the most predictable and best for a few reasons, those kind of moves are driven by the US dollar and the yen. That's why we have correlation, right? Like right now, the down move is correlated because of the strong dollar. So I'm trying to trade the best thing against the dollar and the cleanest thing against the dollar and the yen, and find a good matchup and all that. Dollar CAD could be weird. Dollar yen is totally, for me, like, yeah, you'll have your imbalance and obvious stuff that you could predict, but they're drivers of everything else. That's the way I look at it. And when they're correlated and this is going flat, the dollar yen is absolutely flat, but they're both strong or they're both weak relative to the other currencies. That's when you have like the cleanest stuff, right? So there's a reason why. There's a method behind why I have these and why I look at this and see what the dollar and yen are doing to drive everything. The dollar index, the yen index. And if something very clear is going on with the, let's say, the dollar index, like a upward move here, maybe that was predicted at this point once we did this fake break that we were going to pop up, at least for a scalp, then what am I selling against that? What looks best? Kind of thing. So it kind of works together. I'm sure there are clean setups on the others, but I stick to those. Dollar Swiss is basically the dollar yen upside down. It's the same thing usually. I think it's less clean, less reliable, more short-lived, short-term. It can switch, it can flip. When you're talking about moves that don't involve the US dollar and the yen driving the reason for the move, it can just go the other way all of a sudden with no explanation after 30 minutes. When you're talking about the dollar and the yen stuff, where the background and the bigger picture storyline is in play. So there's a bit of an explanation. All right. Well, we got we're 2-0 for the day. Let's see if this maybe hits support, hits buyers, and get out of it. Hunt the long setup. May or may not set up today, but that's what the charts are saying for the third and final predictable move, right? We buy, we sell, we buy. Do you find that VPA works best with those pairs? What's that? Volume price analysis? Yeah, because in that case, we're talking about really the information you're getting off of volume, and this stuff is telling you the storyline, is telling you the phase you're in, right? If you know the Wyckoff stuff, and that all works together with that background storyline of the dollar and the yen 80% of the time driving the story, So you get to really see it and understand, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, if this somehow squeezes out another $7, $6.50, be up 2%, just under 2% for the day off the two trades, which were very limited risk. You know, I would have cut those things if need be. Small stop. But as you see, sometimes I'll just put the stop in out of the way of the whole situation and then manage it manually. Which you can see in the other streams how I do that. Yeah, hit some buyers down here. Not surprising at all. I often mark the box from the close, right? And this shows you an area where buy activity. It's like, think of it as the whole thing is support. This is, of course, ultimate support. You have a fake break, so you even have that. This begins the demand zone, whatever you want to call it, to draw it over there. And there's an actual exact bounce off of that. As you dip in, you get to see how much buy activity. It's actually not much. So this says we're going to get to the actual support, most likely. And we'll see if buyers show up there. But you don't see them here. Again, the background is so bullish, it could move up at any point, and you really can't be surprised. But typically, you'll bottom off this move with some sort of spike in strength before that up move. If not, I could just close this, whatever. If it starts to move up. Should I lock in something? Lock in 8 pips. There you go. But notice how this was a little riskier in this regard. I was kind of just talking about it because the pound showed this weakness, right? Predetermined area, nice and clean, the reaction, the no demand, off we go. But was it really US dollar driven? That would have been, the equivalent of that would have been strength here. Not so much. It was a little riskier in that way. Euro dollar, do we see the weakness? Not so much. Not so much. So this was really, okay, we're in the thick of the London session, and that went on. So it was really like, if the dollar can work with us a little bit, that would be nice. But it was really a pound weakness-based situation. Not what I usually like, which is the US dollar and yen-driven situation, right? Where these would all be correlated with weakness, and it doesn't even matter because they're all going down. Those are the nicer, safer things. But there's something to be said about a textbook setup, even if it's a standalone thing. The supply-demand very out of balance. It was at least likely to come down here, right, because of that. But it's a little risky because then all of a sudden the US dollar could take over and start doing something, and whatever, this weakness on the pound doesn't even matter because let's say the US dollar became really weak. Yeah, I think the pound's going to go up. Doesn't matter. Likely go up. So that's some good stuff to explain today about, why I trade these pairs, how you look at everything and the correlation and what's driving the move is really important to know. Because I do notice people ask analysis on a pair that I haven't looked at but is identical to 3 others that we did look at already. So people have to kind of figure out if the dollar's driving the market, if the yen's driving the market, all the yen pairs are going to be correlated, or all the dollar pairs are correlated. If they're similar, then all the pairs will be correlated. And then you say, oh, what's the dollar Swiss analysis? It's the same thing, upside down, because it's the dollar Swiss. Understanding the correlation and what's driving things, why you're getting into a trade. what's on your side, what isn't, what's driving the move, what's the cause of the move. Right? Good stuff to explain today and throw in there. And now you kind of get, okay, that's why he doesn't trade, some of these other pairs. The AN or the pound cat or the... It's like a little side relationship. It's not the main deal. The real money, the big money, is the dollar and the yen driving the stuff. Background. No, I don't mind. Background. Yeah, the VSA Wyckoff stuff I discovered like 2008, 2007. And obviously that just explains what's going on. It's not a method per se. It's just understanding what the heck's going on. Facts. So from there's not much you can do to improve it, but I kind of do things my own way based on that understanding. The volume stuff tends to give, what do we call it, mush brain. If you read Master the Markets and you're trying to use the software, these things don't completely add up all the time, and there's a lot of uncertainty. So I try to get rid of that stuff. Over the years, figured it out. Very welcome. Thanks for attending if you're new. This week, hopefully, I should be able to be here tomorrow and the next day. Next week, I might miss a day or two. Late night recording sessions. Pete Faders After Dark. Software Trade Guide? No, sir. Nope. No. I won't get into the whole deal. The software is very confusing, and it's just really bad training wheels. You need to just understand what's going on, and it's overcomplicated. Anyway, yeah, if you wanted to see the way I do it, plenty of videos on my channel. It's junk, yes. Okay, you said it. There you go. They tried. Yeah. But yeah, it got me on track, learning that stuff. It got me on the right track, at least. And then, learning about supply and demand and why prices move and what's going on and how does the big money work and the buying on the bad news and all that stuff. Okay, I finally figured out how they operate, how to watch them, see what they're doing, see if they show up and buy or they don't today, all that stuff. Where are they likely to do that? Why does it work that way? Hunting stops on long positions, right? You grab it as they sell off. There's a lot of shorts here on long positions. They'll sell off gladly. Smart money will buy that. They won't sell off gladly. They'll take a loss. Smart money will gladly buy that and, have more on the way up. Reaccumulation, there's the Wyckoff stuff. But yeah, eventually you just get what's going on. It's not any particular method. You call it what you want, whatever name, whoever discovered it first, whoever got famous for it, a guy named Wyckoff. Okay, fine, whatever. That's just what's going on, right? That's what it is. This area was pre-marked today to look for a bounce. We had this pre-marked today for a short. It's 50 to 618 area as a zone, which I kind of came up with through observation. So that's really trading, is to figure out what the hell the big money is doing and the losers are doing. Who's doing what. Yep. Am I out of this? Oh, almost. At this point, Yeah, I mean, there was a bit of buying here, but not much at all. Into the zone there. It's probably going to do that. As far as like if I'm really in a trade, I'd probably just want to get out. As far as a scalp. Might want to do that. Yeah, okay. Well, there goes the scalp closed. All right. 1.5% up today on 2 trades. Taking small risk. If you do 1.5% on average a day, your account will grow quite fast before you know it. And it's still early. But like I say with the risk stuff, so the first trade, okay, it was a quick pop-up. Wasn't anything huge as far as the move. It was a scalp. The second trade risked no more than that made. So if it was 1 win, 1 loss, it would have been about break even on the account. And now considering that 1.5%, okay, so now I'm up 1. I'm just thinking like, you know, a real size account. It's all about percentages. Okay, if I'm up 1.5%, maybe on the next trade I would risk 1%. And if that's a loss, okay, it's up 0.5% for the day. Call it a day. You did better than 85% of traders. You know. So I always like to end the day, you know. I don't want to be up, you know, 1.5% and then end the day down 1%. I think that's irresponsible. I don't know. It's not good. So it's the same way I would treat my main account, is being up 1.5%. Wouldn't want to risk more than 1%. Wait for a good trade. If it's not so good, risk a little less. And then, you know, maybe end up with 2.5% for the day if it's a win. If it's a loss, you still have some profit for the day. So that's, you know, it's all about risk and doing what makes sense. I think that makes sense in this kind of case. Yeah, if you made 5% a week or 3% a week because there's bad days and whatever, yeah. 3% a week is 12% a month. Yeah. Compounding. I'm not doing exact percentages, but, you know. You see the balance and everything. It's about maybe 1.4% or something today. But at this point, yeah, it's probably going to still go for the support because we didn't see much buying yet. They might want to be buying lower today. That's the pound. This, it's just flat. It's just dead. With a bullish background, you could see this just marking up into U.S. session. Or you could, if it comes down, again, this is really where the buyers could show up again and more. So it's like lack of supply. It says we're likely going. Demand down here says we're likely going up along with the background. Maybe we try to break out and we get a large weakness, and that says, okay, we can come down like we just saw with the pound. So we know where we are. We know the situation. The template trade is to buy down here. That means smart money's long, they're holding, and we're looking for the reaccumulation. If something else happens, we have to take it in context with that. You know, huge volume on weakness. Okay, they got out, right? You got to go from there. That is actual trading, in my opinion. Now I have all these colors. Aren't they nice? The green, red. We added some dots. This one's dot. This one's not dot, right? Isn't it pretty? Even my volume. Christmas coming up, right? Cool, yeah, come back tomorrow. Got the Discord link in the description if you want to join there. People are free to post charts. It's not like I'm constantly posting anything in there on occasion, but it's there if people want to use it, and all this material that I give to show setups or anything. And I'll let you know if I'm streaming in there before I start. I used to do this as a subscription, then I stopped doing it. Just took a break so I could just trade whenever I want. I really just wanted to take a break. I was burnt out. And then I hurt my back. I had back surgery. So I was completely out of commission. So maybe, I don't know, maybe January, I'll go back to doing a subscription thing, a monthly subscription, nothing expensive. And this way I'll show up, on a schedule and give as much information, even outside of the session, to help get the good trades of the day. And do maybe 3 hours as a set schedule. Go back to the routine, 3 hours a day. Am I out of this? Okay, yeah. That's right, I am out. My mind's wandering. At this point, I think we milked this thing for all we can. We bought, we sold, made pips. Meanwhile, we're back to where we started, London Open. All right. Yeah. I mean, the next question is, what's the timing of if we're going to get reaccumulation or markup, and when that may happen today? Bank holiday? I didn't know that. Oh, that's Friday. Okay, well, that makes sense why I didn't know it, because it's Friday, not today. Elections, of course, today. That's typically in the evening. You don't find out the results till nighttime, so any crazy surprise happens, anything that's going to show up in the market is going to be tomorrow. But if markets open with a big gap or something, or whatever, because by the time Australia, Asia open for Wednesday, the results, most, if not all the results, will be in. And this does affect, it's kind of a big deal. There could be a change in sentiment. It could be a gap. Who knows? See where things open up tomorrow. It's like if one party wins, okay, this taxes are probably not going up for the next 2 years. You could bet on it, and so on. That kind of thing. So it's going to affect things. To what extent, we'll see. Wonder what party that would be. Yeah. We all don't like taxes. We can agree on that. I mean, you can send money to the government if you want. They don't stop you. You want to send extra. I'll pass. I'll send you a message on Discord for an invite to our restaurants. Awesome. Thank you, Troy. That'd be awesome. If I ever go to California, or if I ever go there again, I've been there twice. Once when I was really little, I actually forgot. That's right. I was in L.A. in 1996 for a month. 97? No, 96, yeah. Because I was 20. I couldn't get in. Fake ID. Right. So I hit all the spots back then. At this point, I wouldn't do anything. They've kind of veered off, but generally the up move here, you know, hoping for this buy low today if it happens, but the up move here did not show very much weakness to help it kind of reject and come down. So it's very possible we could kind of just end up going up from here based on that information that we just got. Right? It's basically very simple. It's the opposite of that, which we took the short because we expected it to come down. So there we're not seeing sellers. Even if it comes down, it's likely to maybe just hang around and then continue up. But if we're so lucky that it does drop, I would want to see strength into a down move of some kind. Down here would be nice. But yeah, if we're just breaking out, we're getting to US session, I can look for a pullback entry, scalp type of entry, and work my way in there. Try to target the high and maybe another leg up, depending on how it behaves. That's the plan. If it moves up, I'll work my way and see if I can break test or scalp entry kind of thing, 14 EMA. Or lower prices and the high volume demand. So maybe I'll end the session. Bit of a wait for that. Yeah, things got kind of quiet. Did about 2.5 hours, got 2 trades. Yeah, that's good. All right, so I will very likely be streaming tomorrow. We got a little something on here. We're making it grow. It's all about percentage. All right, cool. So it's usually, I usually wait at least a half an hour into London session, if not an hour, because I don't like trading at London Open. Got to give it some time. All right, guys. Thanks for attending. Subscribe, hit the like. Hit the bell also, right? That's a good one. All right, guys. Probably see you tomorrow. Have a good one. We'll hunt maybe the long later on today. We'll see if it drops down for that strength or what goes on there. So maybe I'll pop in the Discord. All right, guys. Have a good one.